Ladies and gentlemen, Barca caught a dub. We got a dub. Now let's break this down. Let's really break this down because wait, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Wait a minute. Alright. Let's really break this down though. For realsies. Because we played Oviedo today. We played Oviedo and it was, bro, I'm not going to lie to you. It was a tale of two halves. It was really a tale of two halves. The first half and the second half. That's all. That's really what it came down to. The first half and the second half. In the first half, I mean, well, we can just, yeah, 70. Well, not the first half, but I'm saying overall 73% possession, Oviedo 27. Obviously, we dominated the ball, all that fun stuff. But in the first half, really, we until maybe until closer to the end of the half, we didn't really do anything with the possession that we had. It was interesting. There was a lot of possession. And back when I used to play, my coach always used to emphasize possession for penetration. You know what I'm saying? When it comes down to that. So possess, find the openings. And then once you find the openings, you penetrate. But we weren't penetrating with the amount of force and the amount of activity that we should have been penetrating with in the first half. And I'm not going to lie, it was kind of disappointing. And it had me a little worried because, well, by that time we were 2 points behind Madrid because they found a way to scratch by a win against Villarreal yesterday. But yet again, not very impressive. Madrid, we'll get into that later. But it was an interesting game. Also, we didn't, we had Casado playing for Pedri, since Pedri is going to be out for the month, which is a major loss. But with our schedule, I think we should be able to take care of things. But it was an interesting game, and there are some players that needed to prove themselves today. One of them being Cancelo. After, I don't want to cuss yet. I don't want to cuss, but Cancelo after the poop stain that he laid last game, the absolute dud. It looked like he laid. I mean, I don't want to. Yet again, I don't want to be too critical, but he was a 2-pack of what in his last game, so he had a big game to prove. We have Martin over here. He kind of, he's a decent little defender, but we didn't have Koundé playing, so we had to move Garcia over to the right. But Martin, he's kind of like a gallivanting hyena in a way. You know what I'm saying? And he kind of just, he's just gallivanting around. He makes a few mistakes. As you see today, it was a 6.6. That's his match rating. I mean, I think that's being generous. I think that's being very, very generous. But, he's not a starter anyways. But, I mean, that's being very generous. Cancelo was a 6.8. He's been playing in the Saudi league, so he hasn't been playing top-level competition at all. If anything, I mean, the Saudi league is just as good as the MLS I mean, you might as well go to the championship over in England. I mean, it's really there's really nobody in the Saudi league. I know Neymar played over there with 2 bad knees, and I think he barely even played. So I mean, they just give out silly juice over there and silly money, $1 million a week, and I guess Cancelo wanted to get back to real competition, so he came to us and we invited him back with open arms. Barcy, decent game. Frankie had a decent game as well. It's tough for him not having his partner in crime, Pedri, in there in the midfield with him, but he was able to adjust, which is lovely to see. Lamine, he didn't really do anything too much today, but up until the second half where he had that wonder goal. But, Lamine, he had a decent game. But, it's this season, it's been interesting because Lamine this season, he started off the season well, and then, he was dating Nikki Nicole, and then while he was dating Nikki Nicole, he had, it almost seems like crabs, but it wasn't crabs. It was genitalia. I forgot the name, but it was not crabs. But it was. I don't know. Anyways, he wasn't 100%. I still don't know if he's dealing with those injuries because he hasn't looked 100% this year. Even he's looked 80%, stuff like that. But he's still playing decently well. But yeah, so I don't know what's really going on there. Rafinha is still getting back into fitness. He didn't play the last game at all. We missed him dearly. But yeah, Rafinha. You know what I'm starting to realize about this team? I didn't realize how important Rafinha was until this year. I really didn't realize it because last year, obviously Rafinha had a phenomenal year, but I thought, this was something maybe Rashford could come in, and Rashford's been playing well, but I thought he could go in there and, replace Rafinha for, the time he was going to be out. He played well, but he couldn't. He couldn't, bro. He couldn't, bro. Rafinha brings so much to the team with his pressure, which is underrated, which is also why our defense was under so much pressure early on in the season, giving up goals for fun. We were giving up goals the same way dudes just throw ones out at Magic City on a Saturday night. It was crazy. It was free goals. It was ridiculous. But with Rafinha there, our pressure, the way we're able to attack the defense of the other team is so needed. And Rafinha, when he's been healthy this season, he's a Ballon d'Or type. He's a Ballon d'Or type player. We have 3 Ballon d'Or type players: Lamine, Rafinha, and Pedri. And we've been cursed with injuries all season long and stuff like that. But when we've been fully healthy with everybody on the field, I think we're the best team in Europe. And I think maybe PSG has something to say about that, maybe. But after that, who's going to beat us? I know we had a dud against Inter last year, but realistically, that was a dud. But who's going to beat us besides PSG when they're fully healthy? And I think us and PSG, that's a 50-50 matchup. I think we're the best 2 teams. We just saw Arsenal lose to Bush League United today. Arsenal, they're not a very good team. I wouldn't even say their defense is elite because Bush League United put in 3. They put in 3 goals on them today, which is not very elite. How do you let Man U put 3 in on you? You can't. Your defense has to be. If you consider yourself an elite defense, your defense has to be impregnable, and their defense was pretty pregnable today. So it is what it is. But if we keep on going through the match ratings, Lamine 8.2, Lewandowski 7.3. Didn't really do anything too much today, but his presence is much needed. Olmo had a very good game. I was very pleased with what Olmo brings to the table. I've been very pleased with what Olmo brings to the table normally. He's been playing very well this season. I'm really proud of it. And if we keep on going through, Koundé 6.4, he had a decent game. Balde came in later. Fermin's been having a wonderful season. He's been bagging goals like it's. I mean, it's really unprecedented. It's really impressive what he's been able to do. And I'm really just proud of this team. And obviously, we can play better. Obviously, we can play better. But I mean, we don't want to peak too early now, right? Right now, I think we're in a decent spot. I think we're stable, but we're obviously not at full. We're obviously not firing at full cylinders. But once we are, I'm expecting a Champions League this year, and I'm expecting a treble. There's no reason why we shouldn't get the treble. Who's going to stop us from getting the treble? Madrid? Like, are we serious? They don't have. Madrid, and I've been saying this about Madrid. Until Madrid gets a midfield, I don't want to hear anything about Madrid. And people just see the names on the TV. People just see the names on the screen. Madrid. I mean, no, let's go to Madrid, man. I mean, I just have to show you. We can go player for player. It's really ridiculous. Really ridiculous. We can go player for player right now. Player for player. They played Villarreal yesterday. They got, it's Bush League stuff. Let's start with Courtois. He's their best player. No. I'll say Mbappe is their best player, but Courtois, second best player. Valverde, out of position. Completely out of position. He's not a right back, but he's been playing as a utility player, completely out of position. It's we can go to Asensio now. Fake Ramos, wannabe Sergio Ramos. He does everything for the IG clips. He's like, he really is. And Aldi, if you don't know what Aldi is, it's a store over here. I'm not even gonna go Aldi. He's a Goodwill Sergio Ramos. Just is what it is. You have Dean Hoyes. I mean, the kid. I mean, look at him. I mean, look at his face. He's a little boy. He's a little boy. He ain't no elite center back. He ain't an elite center back whatsoever. He's a little kid, and he's still trying to find his way. Asensio's holding his hand, but it's not working because the bus is hitting him every time they cross the road, and it's causing an accident. I mean, Dean Huijsen he's literally the kid that has to get his hand held, but he still finds a way to get hit by a car at the end of the road. It just is what it is. He's a bum, and it's not very impressive. We have Carreras. He's been playing well against Lamine Yamal, but that's the only games he's ever been playing well. He's not elite. Camavinga, is there anything elite that Camavinga's ever done in his whole Madrid career? I don't think so. Jude Bellingham's playing out of position. Jude Bellingham is just running around the pitch, and I don't even know what Jude Bellingham really does besides running around the pitch. I said once Toni Kroos leaves this midfield, it's going to turn into a toxic wasteland, and it has. It completely has. They got outplayed by Arsenal last year. I mean, that says it all. Obviously, then you got Vinny on the left, and people have been trashing Vinny. Even though I don't like Madrid, I'm going to keep it a buck. If this was my midfield, and these, especially, these are the guys that are going to give me the ball in dangerous positions. These are the ones that are supposed to be feeding me. I'd be pissed. There's no ball distributor here. There's nobody that can settle the pace. Jude's elite. He's just playing in the wrong position. But we're talking about these two guys. They don't have an elite bone in their body. This guy, he might have had crabs too. No, 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 I'm not. But he was messing with Nikki Nicole too. I'm telling you, there's something about this Nikki Nicole girl, man. And then obviously the danger man, Kylian Mbappe, the main man. But when you look at Madrid, this is not a team that's going to win the Champions League. This is not a team that I take very seriously. They got the job done. We got the job done as well. And we're back up by 1 point. Now, if we go look at our upcoming games. If we go and look at our upcoming games, we have them next. At the FC. Yeah, we got them next. Big game, big Champions League game. January 28th, I believe. That's this week. That's this week. We need this one because currently, hold on, let me Champions League standings. Because currently, if we're really getting down to the nitty gritty, we're in ninth. So we're going to try to make that top 8. You see, when you have teams like Newcastle and Chelsea in front of us, and Tottenham, that's when you know it's a joke. Because, listen, if we're really going team for team over here, Arsenal is not the best team in Europe. Bayern, the German league is just as good as the Brazilian league. Madrid, they've been playing duds in the Champions League all year. Liverpool, Liverpool's we don't even have to get into Liverpool. They're a joke. Tottenham, they're looked at as the easiest lick in the Prem right now. PSG, I know PSG's been dealing with injured players, but once they get back to health, I expect them. Newcastle, are we serious? Chelsea, that's a joke. So it's really, we need to make it into that top 8 spot. And with that, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be very interesting. But now if we go back to our schedule, once we go back to our bro, I don't even know. I don't even know how to pull. Yeah. Okay. So we'd be at FC. And then we play Elche, Albacete, Mallorca, Girona, Levante, and then we got Villarreal, man. And these are our next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These are our next 7. Big games, all big games. Because at the end of the day, I expect us to win the league, so we should be able to take care of business of all these games. We should be able to take care of this Champions League game and move on with our season. As I say again, there's no reason as to why we shouldn't win the treble. There is no reason. No reason why we shouldn't win the league. No reason why we shouldn't win the Copa del Rey. No reason why we shouldn't win the Champions League. There's no reason. We have all the utilities. Maybe our defense is a 2. Our defense is. Maybe it's not. I'll be nice. Maybe our defense isn't elite, but we just we should have won it last year. We should have won it last year. This is we're. I just don't who's going to be the team? Who's going to be the team to stop us? I don't like who. Just give me, bro. Why they keep calling me, man? Potential spam, bro. I don't got time for your spams. Listen, the only team I'll say it again. The only team that can beat us is PSG. If it ain't PSG, then I don't know who's beating us. I don't know. Someone can drop a team down in the comments that can beat us. But if it ain't PSG, who's it going to be? Don't say Arsenal. Arsenal just lost to Bush League today. Don't say City. City is a 2-pack of dog doo-doo. don't say Liverpool. Don't get me. We don't even have to get started on Liverpool. Bro, like who? It's looking very open for us, and I'm very um I got to be careful of my words here. Um, I'm very excited. Let's just put it that way. I'm very excited of where this is going. Of everything that we're doing this year, of everything that we're going to achieve this year. I'm just speaking it all into existence because it's going to happen. Um, and let's take a quick look at Madrid's schedule. Personally, who they have? They have they have Benfica. They could very easily lose that game. They can very easily lose that game. We ran amok on Benfica all Champions League last year, but Madrid's not us, so that's going to be a tough game for them. All these games for Madrid, Rayo, that's going to be a tough game. As I say again, that's not a tough game for us, but for Real Madrid, that's a tough game. Valencia is a tough game. At Valencia away is a tough game. I'm looking at their schedule. I'm just like, all these games are tough, man. They're tough because they're not very good. That's the reason why they're tough. But if Madrid had a good team, these games wouldn't be tough games. But they barely beat Villarreal, and I know Villarreal's in fourth, but fourth in La Liga? What does that really mean? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, fourth in the Liga, come on. But I'm very excited about what we have going on, what we're building, everything that we're going to achieve, and it just, and the thing is, we're so young. We're so young. Lamine's balls haven't even dropped yet. Pedri, he's young. Rafinha, he's young in the face. Lewan, he's getting up there, but I think we're gonna go and try to make some strides for Holland. I think potentially, also, if Vinny isn't very happy at Madrid, he can always come to us. But it's going to be very exciting to see, and I really just, man, I got to get off the Madrid page because we got to end on a good note. So let's go back to the Barca page. And yeah, man, I want to see how Casado, I want to see how he grows and girths into his new midfield role while Pedri's hurt. I want to see growth from Frankie as well. I want to see girth from Frankie as well. Rafinha is going to be Rafinha. Lamine's going to be Lamine. Lewan, just do the best you can, brother. I mean, he's 63 years old. Just do the best you can. Yeah, man, we're in great shape, and man, I'm just happy, man. I can't wait to see what's going on next week. Hopefully next week I have more great news and more great news to report on. After we got done taking care of business this week, standing on business this week, I'm very excited. And I can't wait to report back to you guys next week, man. Like, comment, subscribe, and man, I can't wait, brother. I can't wait.